Hey guys, it's DC and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome. This is my Eastenders review. My problem with Mitch, I've never done an Eastenders review before, guys. I had to. I was watching today. I was like, listen, I gotta talk about this. I got it. This is a Soap Sanctuary, guys. No about all soaps, right? You know, I've been watching Eastenders, I want to actually say since 2007, here and there through the years. And then I started faithfully watching it since April of this year, 2023. What is 2023? Actually, since 2022, excuse me, 2022. Actually, I'm watching Eastenders kind of faithfully. This is my problem with the character of Ben Mitchell, guys. To me, I feel like the character of Ben Mitchell is like a grown-ass kid. You know what I'm saying? When your 10-year-old daughter is the voice of reason and she seems to make more mature decisions and seems to be more mature than you, that's a problem, Papa. That's a bit of a problem. You know what, Ben is a walking PSA. I feel like if Agnes Nixon was a soap character and she lived in England, it would be Ben Mitchell. You know, it just feels like everybody in Albert Square has been wiping Ben's ass from what I've been seeing, honestly. And I feel the bad for the most person who's wiped his ass the most is his husband, Callum, after his parents, obviously. I feel like that's gotta be exhausting for Callum because it's just like, it's Ben's world and he's living in it. You know, do any of you guys feel that way for you guys who watch Eastenders? Like, it's Ben's world and Callum is just living in it. And I'm just like, what is this? You know, it just seems like it's always something with Ben. You know, when Phil walked into the coffee shop and he said to Ben, you gotta be a talk person and hold your family together. I was like, I agree. It's always some kind of trauma that Ben can't come back from. And like I said, this is why I feel bad for Callum because it's always about Ben. It's always about what he's got going on. And I mean, you have a whole 10-year-old daughter, which you've been a deadbeat for the longest. And the only reason why you're choosing to show up now is because her mother's dead. So it's like you're, by default now, have to step up to the plate. Jay, I feel like, has done more for Lexi than Ben has. You know, everybody's been wiping his ass. From Kathy, from Phil, Callum #1. Jay doesn't seem to wipe his ass as much, but it's a little bit there. It's like Honey, she's wiping his ass too. It's just like, when does Ben grow as an individual? You know, remember the storyline where Ben cheated on Callum? Well, let me get into that. So there's a storyline where Ben set out to go have an affair and cheat on Callum. And unfortunately, he decided 10 minutes into it, he's like, no, I don't want to do this. And the guy, you know, assaulted him, obviously. The thing about it is it put Callum and us as viewers in a weird place, that storyline, because it's like, damn, we hate that happened to Ben. Like, it's like, we're mad that Ben went there with the intention to go cheat, but then he got assaulted, so it's like, damn, like, we can't even feel bad no more now. We can't even feel mad about it. And I talked about this in my controversial soap opera characters video with a little bit about Ben Mitchell. It's like, it put us in a gray area. Even Callum couldn't be upset. It's like Callum was upset, oh, you went there to cheat. He found that part out first, and then down the line he found out that Ben was assaulted. And then it's like, that rage now turned into love and compassion, because like, what else can you turn that into? You know? And it's weird because that did happen, and that sucks for Ben, but it's like, you did go there with the intention to cheat. It put us in a gray area. You know, I don't want to defend nobody, but I'm just being honest. As a viewer, it made me feel weird as a viewer. Like, I hate this happening to you, but like, at the same time, you went there to go cheat. That was your intention. Your intention was to go sleep with this man behind your husband's back. I feel like this. I feel like the character of Ben, he needs to grow. Now it seems like they're gonna give him. It seems like the writers are now gonna have Ben have eating disorder, and I'm like, you know, Ben, when do you take accountability for anything? When does that happen? You know, even when it's supposed to be about his daughter Lexi, it's about him. You know, that's just something I'm noticing with Ben. Even when it's supposed to be about her, a 10-year-old, it's got to be about him. It never fails on the show. Ben always has to be at the center of attention. And, you know, I blame the people in his life because sometimes in life when you don't do that for people, when you don't take the rails off, they don't get the chance to grow. They don't get the chance to grow as a person when you're constantly trying to do things for people. And some people, they thrive off of that. I'm starting to think that maybe Callum thrives off of that. Some men thrive off of that. They love being able to have somebody to save. It makes them feel powerful. You know what I'm saying? It makes them feel more powerful as a man. Like, you rely on me. That's why some men, you know, I'm be honest, I think that's why some men don't want ambitious women, because it's like, you get to stay powerful. They get to depend on you the whole time. It has something to do, I don't think sometimes it even always has something to do with traditional roles that they desire and the way their parents grew up. They want you to depend on them. They want you to need them. Kind of helps when you have that. Yeah. It kinda helps. I just feel exhausted with Callum. I couldn't imagine being in a relationship like that where it's like, it's always about the other person and how they can't open up and they can't talk, and it's like, my God. It's Ben's world and he's just living in it, guys. So, this character, I found him exhausting. I think he's a deadbeat. I think he's a POS. I think all these things about Ben Mitchell. He's got the Beals family wiping his ass, the Mitchell family wiping his ass. My God. And I think when Phil was there in the coffee shop, that was Phil. Phil has softened through the years on Eastenders, because he's rough around the edges. Let's be real. The man is rough around the edges. He's softened through the years. But that was like Phil's way of saying, like, yo, like, I feel you, but like, can you get it together a little bit? Like, for real, like, can you kind of like get it together? Like, come on. Like, every day can't be a production with you. Anyways, guys, that's my quick little EastEnders review on my problem with Ben Mitchell, guys. I'm out of here.